Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, good morning. How's life today? I hope all of you in good condition. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Naila Haymolinda. You can call me Naila, and my ID standard number is 16. And I'm from TBI A19. Today, we will discuss about cross-cultural understanding. Are you know guys what is cross-cultural understanding? Okay, let's start discuss about cross-cultural understanding with me.
So, what is cross-cultural understanding? Cross-cultural understanding is a term to describe a state in which a culture is confronted with another culture. And these two cultures will influence and bring impact each other. And the influence that culture bring can be good and it can be a bad influence. And besides that, cross-cultural understanding usually occurs when people from different cultures interact and even influence each other. Next, why is cross-cultural understanding is important? I think cross-cultural understanding is important because humans are social creatures whose daily life cannot be separated from intercultural interaction and communication. However, it turns out that human norms and culture are different in each region. Therefore, it is very important for us to understand the norms, behavior patterns, and other cultures, so that there are no culture barriers that can confuse, prejudice, or stereotypes between one culture and another. Now, I will give example for misunderstanding. In the sentence, with where you like in China's versus American culture. In this example, we have an American company selling high-end technical goods to a potential Chinese buyer. Relations have been going well, and the Chinese have been invited for a factory tour in anticipation of the contract between the two companies finally being signed. Evening after the tour, the American hosts the Chinese delegation for a dinner at a local restaurant. Upon entering the restaurant, the head of the Chinese delegation is greeted by a junior member of the US team. He asks where he should sit, to which he is told to sit where you like. The next day, the Chinese delegation left the US without signing any contract. Days later, the US team received word that the Chinese felt humiliated and were reconsidering the business relationship. So, what happened? Well, the cultural misunderstanding comes down to a few things. In Chinese culture, hierarchy is really important, whereas in American culture, it's more about equality and displays of hierarchy are not culturally comfortable. So, when the head of the Chinese delegation was only greeted by a junior member of the team, rather than the most senior, he immediately felt a loss of face. To add insult to injury, he was then told to sit anywhere, when ideally he should have been given the seat at the head of the table, next to the most senior member of the team, the US team. In Chinese culture, people tend to hide their feelings. For this reason, the team did not say anything at the time. The US team had to work hard to repair the damage. This cultural misunderstanding led to an 8-month delay in the signing of the contract. Okay, the last I will give solution for the misunderstanding. In each region or country must have its own norms and culture that you do not find in other areas. This is natural because each region has belief, religion, cultural heritage, and behavior patterns. Not all norms and culture of a region or country can be accepted in other region, such as the example of the conflict between America and China. For this reason, it is important for us to learn and find out in advance about certain cultures if we want to communicate, interact, or visit places that are foreign to us, so that we can position ourselves well when dealing with other cultures and so as not to offend and violate that culture.
Okay, guys, I think enough for our discussion today. Thank you for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.